Hi everybody, my name's Brona and we're going to make some Christmas cookies today. There will be a chance to decorate them at the end with icing and make them nice and Christmassy, and you can take a photograph and upload them for our Christmas competition, and there'll be prizes to win for the best looking biscuits. So it's a very simple biscuit recipe. It's just to make 24 biscuits you need 200 grams of butter, 200 grams of caster sugar, 400, so double the quantity of plain flour. You need one egg and you need a little bit of vanilla extract, or you could use maybe a little bit of lemon zest or orange just to flavour the biscuits, but you don't need that. So I have got started just because I thought it would be a bit noisy for the video. I thought we'd cream our butter and sugar together. So if the butter's nice and soft, you can do this by hand with a wooden spoon. If you don't have a hand whisk like this, you can use a wooden spoon or a spatula to beat the butter and sugar together until they go pale creamy colour really. And once that's done to that stage of being soft, you can add in your egg and add a quarter of a teaspoon of vanilla extract to the egg for flavour. So once you've done that, you can beat your egg in, which I will do, but it's very quick to do. You beat the egg in. Until it's all incorporated, and then you add in your flour. Done everything, so that's the cream and the butter and the sugar. Add your egg and your vanilla, and then you can mix in your flour by hand or with the beater, whatever you want to do, whatever you have in the kitchen. So this will come together in the form of a dough, and just to quicken it up, I'm going to use the hand mixer because it'll take me a little while to get that flour all in. So I just mix together. And then that should be easy enough to make into, to bring together into a ball of dough. And sometimes I put that in the fridge. It makes it a little bit easier to roll out, but you don't have to do that. It's quite an easy dough to work with. So you just bring it together into a ball like that, and one that I have had made earlier, I'll just roll that out into about ½ centimetre thick. So we'll just roll that out, and then you hopefully have some Christmassy cutters in the house. If you haven't, the supermarkets have them, but if not, something circular will do, because you can make the little circular biscuits into, say, snowmen or maybe Santa Clauses with your icing at the end. So you don't need to have, Christmas stars or trees or whatever in there. I've just, it's a bit warm in the kitchen, so I think the dough has come apart. So I'll just spread a wee bit more flour and roll that out again. Shouldn't take me too long. So it's centimetre depth you want, or thickness, to for your biscuits. And then you line a baking tray with some baking paper or some greaseproof paper to stop them sticking to your baking tray. And I think I cut out a heart and a star and maybe a Christmas tree, just to get us all into the mood of Christmas. So there's our little Christmas tree, and if you dip that into flour as well, it makes it easier to cut, or easier to get it off the cutter, so it'll fall off. So there's your 2 wee Christmas trees, hearts and stars and whatever else you have maybe around the house. So there's a wee star and heart, and we place those onto our baking tray under a sheet of paper, and you bake those for 10 minutes in an oven 170 degrees Celsius. You bake those, and then at this begin, I've overcooked these slightly because my timer on my phone didn't work, so they're a wee bit overdone. So you just bake them until they're slightly turning golden on the outside of the biscuits, and that is when they're ready. So we have a selection of shapes, and then you'll just decorate those with some ordinary icing. Some ordinary icing sugar mixed up with small amount of water, and you can add in some food colourings to make them prettier. You can add in greens or reds or black. Again, these are all available in the supermarkets. Earlier on, I made some biscuits and made up some icing and put in some red food colouring. It's more like a deep pink, but red is what it was meant to be, and then threw on some nice wee chocolate sprinkles. And the stocking that I had, I left the icing plain, and I threw on some gold and multicoloured sprinkles in the start. So it's up to you what you do with your imagination. And these wee circular ones, if you don't have any of the cutters, you can use just a circular cutter to cut out, and then use fondant icing, if you can see that in the supermarkets. You can cut them out into shapes, circles, and then this wee hat is just half a circle on top with some icing then decorated around, and some chocolate balls for mouths and eyes, and some red icing for a nose. So they're quite pretty too. And so really your imagination, you can use your imagination to do whatever you like to the biscuits, and we will award prizes for the ones that we think are the prettiest or the best, the most Christmassy biscuits, the most imaginative biscuits. So good luck with that, and I hope you enjoy the competition.